Bears and the New York Giants. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready to break.
Hey. 4 down.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Check 26.
Get it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter. Snap.
Now Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down, make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
50, plant.
Watch tight end's right. Watch tight end's right. 4 down.
Here's Jones. Throwing on 3rd and long. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
Go. Hey, let's go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ready? Rock it.
6-man. Check girls.
Right back to him on 1st down. The tackle there by John Johnson.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
You got to get the ball. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Check.
Now Collins. Off play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Collins. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs. 49, check 49, check 49.
Yes. Hey, exit. 5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Smooth. Now.
On 3rd down, Jones. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Collins looking to throw on 2nd down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
We go. 15 line. 15 line.
Watch a slant, watch a slant.
Let's go.
And here's Collins on 1st down. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 1st down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Collins. From the gun, he'll throw. It's caught. It's Miller. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
At the 24-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Got it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
10-2 stop. Go. 2.
Collins now throwing on 3rd and long. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
They'll
run it now out of the gun. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
We got 4 down.
Now Jones on 3rd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And he slings one that's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Collins operating from the gun, and that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
From the 39, Jones, catch made by Slayton. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From just shy of midfield, Jones finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
It's now 4th down and 1.
It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on 4th. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the gun, Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing, Jones. This one is Slayton over the middle. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
Let's go now. 10-2 stop. Hey, Delta. Fire.
Following the fumble recovery, Collins. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Collins to throw again. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Down. 50, plant. Go.
58 Mike, 58 Mike.
Ready?
And here's Collins throwing on 3rd and long. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight, maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that.
And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase, or if you get a lift, and if they get deflated a little bit.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
This thing is stupid.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
90 Wolf.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Get ready. At their own 16-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, Wahoo!
Throwing is Collins to throw on 2nd down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
This quarterback now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Collins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming. Just hang on to the ball, man.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on third. Collins now.
No.
He'll throw.
What the fuck?
There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Collins throwing after the interception. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Collins throwing again. Going to go to Clement here out of the backfield. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
A gain of 15. And the Buccaneer 1st down.
This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And here's Collins.
Oh, shit.
Operating from the gun.
Why are you throwing it to the inside?
Johnson jostles free. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
You draw Corker.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, This too shall pass. This too shall pass. And finally, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy! Ready? 18 Gator.
Come on. Tight into the right, boy. Tight into the right.
Ready?
Throwing is Collins. Looking to throw on second down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 22 yards there, a first down.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Looking to throw on second down. Collins. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2.
Hey, echo.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Bear. Hey, lock it.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
Come on,
and he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Collins now from the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. Well, a heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, Have we ever heard a coach say, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Now Collins throwing on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And again this time to the tailback. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Got what he needed for the 1st down with a gain of 2. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the 1st down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Topper!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Ready?
Yeah, Mike. I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
Look at me. Zipper. Hey, Haywood. Stop.
They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Hey, Charlie. Ready?
Back to throw. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Here we go. Set. 10 Lobo. Hey, exit.
He's back to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
First down.
60 Pittsburgh. Hey, you.
58, right over there, here.
Go.
Exit. 58, boy, 58, Mike.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. And he's going to go down as time. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense.